Good evening, Ingebjörg, and welcome to the Dead Celebrity Show. I'm the hostess, Vortis, and on today's episode, we have a very special guest. Can you guess who it is? Well, he's known for being the 16th President of the United States of America. He was in office from 1861 to 1865 when he was assassinated. I actually had to get permission from the US government to time travel and bring him here for today's show. He is a tall piece of meat that I would cook for dinner. He stands at a staggering 193 centimeters tall, and he still holds the record for being the tallest president of the United States. One thing I did find particularly strange is that he kept a cat in the White House that ate with him and his family at the White House dinner table. And not only that, he also kept goats as pets, also in the White House. And if that wasn't weird enough, he had one of the goats sleep in his son's bed. Yes, you heard that right. In his son's bed. This man is also the first president ever not to be from the original 13 states. This man is on the Wrestling Hall of Fame and he has won approximately 300 matches, which is quite an ick if you ask me, but still kind of impressive. The most impressive thing this tall glass of water ever did was put an end to African slavery in America.
Wow.
Now, before I tell you who this dead celebrity is, here are a few fun facts. He lost 5 elections before becoming president. His assassinator's brother saved his eldest son's life by pulling him away from a moving train. Before becoming president, he was a lawyer, surveyor, storekeeper, and postman, which was his first government job. He is the first president to ever have a beard during his presidency. Now, the moment you have been waiting for. Please welcome to the show Abraham Lincoln. Welcome, Abraham, to the show. Now, I heard that you were not born in the original 13 states. How was life back when you were young, and how did you end up as president?
No, I wasn't born in one of the original states, as I was born in Kentucky. My life when I was young was really hard, as I grew up in abject poverty and only had a few years of formal schooling. I had to work numerous jobs to support my family's income, and after a few years of learning and working, I was had become a well-respected lawyer and an Illinois state political figure. And after a lot of years of hard work and a lot of learning, I had become president.
So, you were born into poverty. How did you manage to work and support your family and still have time for self education?
Well, it was ferociously hard work, but it was my dream to become president of the United States and make America great. One thing I say about dreams is this: you can lose everything in life except for dreams.
Wow, a quote to live by. Now, when you became president and before you became president or running for president, what were some of your main policies and how did you execute them?
Well, my main policy, and the policy that I'm best known for, is the passage of the 13th Amendment, which made slavery unconstitutional.
Mm
I also presided the passage of important domestic legislations,
hmm. Mm hmm.
including the first of the Homestead Acts, the Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862, and the Pacific Railroad Act of 1862. While most of it was easy to execute once I became president, not everything was easy. Me becoming president was one of the key reasons why the Civil War broke out a year after I was declared president.
I know you're self-educated, and you didn't go to law school, but how did you self-educate?
Well, it started when I was a boy in Kentucky and continued when my family moved to Indiana in 1860. Collectively, I had a few years of formal schooling, but later I pursued information on my own through reading and through borrowing books from other people in my area.
So that's all you did? Just read?
Well, I had a few years of formal schooling, but after that, all my information came from reading books and other reading sources.
Abraham, I have a question that's a little off topic, but I have here in my notes that you used to have a cat named Tabby that ate dinner with you in the White House and your family. What's the story behind this cat?
Meow! Sorry. Uh, yes. Well, it started when we were eating in the White House dining hall, and the cat came in, and someone made a joke that the cat should eat with us, and so we let the cat eat with us, and the joke just stuck with us for many years.
It also says here that you used to keep goats in the White House and you had the goats sleep in your son's bed. What's the story behind that and why did you have goats in the White House?
Meh! I'm sorry, I get excited when talking about goats. Sorry. Well, it started when I was a young boy and I was working at a farm, and goats were essential to get food because I was so poor. Uh, Goats just became my favorite animal on the farm because I just like goats and I had a lot of respect for the animals on the farm. Why do you think I had the goats sleep in my son's bed? That's of course because goats are much better than humans. That's why we call humans the goats. Ha 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 ha.
Okay. So for my final question, how do you feel about being assassinated?
What? What are you talking about?
Well, Ingeborg, that concludes on today's show. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time. Bye!
She was a fairy. She was a fairy.